people, and welcome to yet another episode of these random Quake mods. This time around, I'm going to be checking out, well, something apparently called Eat Gibbs. Or Eat Jibs, should I say. My mistake. Anyway, this is made by Sean Leonard. And basically, if your health is below 50%, you'll eat the jibs of monsters or your opponents to heal you. Yay, cannibalism! Anyway, a normal jib, such as a leg, arm, or whatever, will heal you a random amount between 1 and 10%. A head will heal you 15%. This is especially useful and cool if you have Jeff Epler's solid monster patch. You can hack your enemies to eat them. So yeah, it doesn't exactly sound like the most useful because health is pretty overdone in Quake to begin with. If there's a way to like get rid of normal health, so that way you have to like rely entirely upon eating like being a cannibal, that might actually be useful for something on the server just to make it interesting. But as it stands, it just kind of gives you a bunch of extra health when you really don't need it. Yeah, that's not exactly the most beneficial thing ever. Anyway, that's really all there is to that. There's also a bunch of stuff which tells you exactly what it modifies, but that's beside the point. Yeah, basically you have to ask around on the news group. He doesn't exactly explain how to do anything for setting this one up. And actually, this is where it gets interesting. This is a bit different than all the other ones I was tackling. All the other ones I was tackling was either a modified DAT file or QC files, which I had to basically compile using the QC compiler. But this one's different because it requires using patch, which isn't actually a file for Quake specifically. It's actually a DOS-based application, which required a lot of hunting on like old IRC Usenet groups, all that. And I eventually found the freaking program. It was not easy to get that, get that going. And well, then I needed like to run that program, but then I need to like connect it up to my main directory as opposed to trying to use it in a subdirectory. I needed to create like a temporary folder because otherwise its output wasn't recognized for some reason. Yeah, it's kind of been like a weird mess of like all these different little things here and there. But like I said, the hardest part was just finding that patch file to begin with. For some reason that happened to be a very big pain in the butt. And like I said, even after I got it, it was like, it just had like a lot of different registering issues. It doesn't like give you any errors, so you just have to like keep fighting with it until you figure out exactly the right process of pulling this thing off. Needless to say, not exactly the most user-friendly of things. Not all. But like I said, I figured out exactly kind of what I needed to do, hopefully. I don't even know if this works or not. I haven't actually loaded up the game to test it. I've just basically done the patch. I loaded through everything. I basically set it up. I moved over to progs.dat so it's ready. But yeah, like I said, really what patch does is basically it takes it and modifies the QC files you already have. So yeah, you need to have QC files, you need to have the patch file, which, like I said, comes on like regular DOS or whatnot. It's a massive pain in the butt to get everything going or whatnot. Once you understand the procedure, not too bad. I have it all on my computer now, so it's going to be easy enough to set up. But yeah, definitely not the most user-friendly of things, and really, because of how it kind of is, and the fact that it's really modifying stuff without your intervention, I'm not really sure if you can like do multiple of these or whatnot. I think there's like a lot of incompatibilities if you try and like create like multiple ones. So needless to say, rather confusing, but we got it working. It's there, it's a thing. I'm not a big fan of patch files, but there we are. We got it working at least. Anyway, with that in mind, let's load up Even M3. Because that's the fastest level I could think of with a rocket launcher, which will be useful for exploding things and making jibs. Because we need to resort to cannibalism. Oh god, we're gonna die soon. Well, quick, eat some jibs. This is not eating jibs. This isn't helping anyone. This isn't helping. Why isn't this helping? That fiend's just gonna stand there, isn't he? But yeah, game? It's not doing anything. You've gotta be kidding me, right? I did all this. I set everything up. Why isn't it working? Really? I did all this. Did I move over the products like that? Maybe I didn't. I thought I did. Maybe I didn't even... You know what? I'm actually going to run through the steps again. Well, besides the first one, because I can see there's already temp files there. But what I'm going to do is basically run out QC-DOS again, because I'm not really sure it modified. Because the modified date looks weird. It looks like it's 2 hours ago, and I shouldn't have had it going 2 hours ago. So I'm just going to run this straight out. Load it so that way it works. And there we are. That way now it's actually modified for a much more recent date. Maybe that was the problem. I tried one right after the other. I'm not sure that worked too well. But yeah, hopefully now it will work fine. We can help, right? Totally. Yeah, this is a great idea. Let's see here. Let's load up. Even M3. And, here we are! Tasty brains! Hooray, we did it! As you see, with 51 health exactly, we're not gonna be able to do anything. Let's eat some brains! So you see, you can eat heads, they give you 15 health. The arms and body parts, which are only temporary anyway, would give you a lot less of a value. Let's see, let's shoot him 2 times or so way. Oh, that didn't really work out too well for me. Not doing too well on this, but zombies are easy enough to jib. Yummy jibs! Tasty brains! Okay, so, yeah. You walk over, what you would call it? You walk over the heads, it's tasty brains. If you walk over the bodies, it's tasty yummy jibs. Okay. As you see, plenty of health walking around when you basically blow up enemy heads. Hooray for cannibalism and the usage of, well, brains for some reason. But in any event, like I was saying, it's really a nice feature. It's definitely creative at the least, you know, to basically need to rely upon killing enemies to get your health now. But at the same time, because there's all the health packs still lying around, now it just feels like it's really overpowered and really exploitive. Like, you know, it feels like there's way too many times like I could rely upon like eating jibs or whatnot. Like here. Like I said, not exactly the most useful or whatnot, it's a good survival technique. But like I said, the lack of health packs in the level would really help. As it stands, there's way too many health packs to the point that it just feels like extra health, which we don't really need, and extra health to a situation just doesn't really help anything. So needless to say, not exactly the most useful of mods because it really breaks the balance of like health on the level to make it so you have a lot more health unnecessarily. But it's definitely a nice little interesting feature to say the least. Definitely not every day you get to eat jibs for some reason. So anyway, with that in mind, thank you all for watching, people. It's been the adventure, and I guess I shall see you all next time.